Welcome to Pull the Pin Already War Room. I'm your host, Jim, and with me, as usual, and on time, is Mike. We also have joining us Paul and Ryan. Awesome. You guys know how this works, right? Mike sends me a bunch of headlines, and I post them. Now, we don't know where they're coming from or whether they're true or not, but they are official headlines, and we get to talk about them. So, we ready? Do we get like a go
Oh, yeah,
team?
let's go. You do realize you just said, as usual, Mike's on time.
I did say that?
Yeah.
Whoa,
You said, Georgie,
Mike.
as usual, is Mike on time.
I would make a joke, but I'm not gonna do it.
That was a made up headline Mike gave me.
All right, let's get it over with, man. This is like
we ready? We're diving right in here. Biden admin begins implementing Trump's ban on surprise medical bills.
Okay. I was gonna say, Paul. Paul, what do you think about that?
This is my surprise face. It's like Trump's an idiot, but I'm just gonna keep implementing his plans. I really don't know what's up with this guy because I don't even think he chooses his own underwear, let alone like legislation.
I'm gonna okay. I'll let Ryan. Ryan, you go ahead, man.
No, I mean, I'm right on board with Paul there. I mean, yeah, it's like,
you rather talk about
his
underwear.
He's the worst thing in the world. We got to get rid of him. Let's put his plan in place. Yeah.
True.
It's like he sucks so bad, but he had such great ideas.
But we're not gonna admit to him.
No.
Not during that time.
Tweets were sent.
We're gonna change the title and say it's ours.
Yeah. But couldn't you say that the majority of the presidents do that? Like, I'll criticize Paul, while we're both running against each other. But then could it be that once you get it? Well, no, y'all gonna kill me if I say that. Never mind. Here's what I was going to say. Here's what I was going to say. Could it be that he doesn't know or they don't know until they get into the office? But he's been in politics for so long, he knows. That's why I said,
Vice president. I mean,
yeah, I know. That's why I had to stop it, man. I had to stop it. So.
But to go along with that, though, I would say no. Most presidents don't do that. If I'm not mistaken, Trump came in and tried to get rid of Obamacare.
Yeah. Well, no, not really. Not really. It's just a certain portion of it, right?
They got rid of the mandate, which essentially neuters Obamacare.
Yeah.
He was just smart about it. Now, I will agree. You did make a valid point, Mike. Is until you're sitting in the seat with the plate full of shit in front of you, you really don't realize how much shit is in front of you. Right. So it's very easy to criticize when you're not actually out there doing the job. So I will give you props for that. But I will also, my initial thought is exactly what Ryan had said. Like, Trump came in there like a bulldog and was like, oh, most of these Obama policies are bullshit. We're going to get rid of a bunch of them. So, but I also think that the cynic in me thinks that that's one of the reasons they didn't like Trump was because kind of prior to that, everybody kind of fed on the same narrative of what they were doing. And he came in and was like, no, that's stupid. And they went, whoa, hey, we're getting enriched by the bullshit we had over there. Like, stop doing that. So I think that's a lot of the flack that he got. It's more than Orange Man bad. Right. This was pushed from the media.
Yeah, but normally the push from the media, that really came from one side, though, the left.
You think?
No, yeah, but I mean, he started catching a lot of flack from people on the right as well. You know what I mean? So to me, that supports what you guys are saying and something that Jim has been saying on multiple episodes. So that's why I never even try to combat that. There's a lot of truth to it.
Could we even say that they objected to any of Trump's policies? It was always just labeled racist, so they never really objected to his policies. They just said he said mean tweets and he's Orange Man bad.
Well, I mean, if you object a couple, I mean, Trump was against having kids caged on the border, and Biden put them right back in there.
Sure, and the wall, obviously they were against the wall, but we remember Democrats were for the wall years ago, or the border control, So, I mean, all we got to do is look at one example. We have a vice president that called the president racist and then said, yes, I'll be your vice president. There's nothing more I need to say. It's just that simple.
This wall is so terrible, and turn around and go, hey, don't come here.
Yeah.
The border's closed. Like what happened to we welcome everybody with open arms?
No one does that. Not well, at least from south of the border.
It sounds good when you're running a campaign.
Yeah.
And that was my point. It's like people say that Trump rallied a certain base. You could say that Biden did as well. With like Ryan just alluded to with the, hey, everything he did or said is like, oh, he's racist. He's racist. They just attach that to whatever he said or whatever he was trying to do to rally that base. And I can say for both of them, it worked.
Mm-hmm.
It really did. It's sad, but it worked.
Great argument against democracy.
All right. We just talked about more about the wall than the surprise medical bills. I just want you guys to know. So it's like no surprise there. And then it just went into the wall comment. Because we all know about that.
Right. But I was going to ask, what was a surprise medical bill?
I have no idea. It's your headline.
Okay. So what that is you go to a place and you get medical care, and then all of a sudden you get, hey, here's $100,000 bill.
Mm-hmm.
Right. So he was attempting to connect the consumer, i.e. the patient, with the provider, i.e. the doctor.
Yeah. So
that was an attempt to say, hey, middleman that comes in here, admin and insurance companies, you can't do that kind of crap. You can't say, hey, we're going to take care of you. People go, okay. And then you go, here's a bill for $300,000.
Yeah, I mean, that is the one place you go and buy something that you have no idea what it costs. I don't go buy a car and say, hey, I paid $500,000 for this car, But with medical, I sure as hell do. I have no idea.
Well, that's my question is it's all a surprise? I've never walked through in a hospital and looked at a menu. So it's all a surprise. Every bill is a surprise.
And that's one of the huge disconnects that we have in our insurance industry that we use in the medical profession. HMO Act in 1974 is a lot of that. But that's the disconnect, is the consumer has no clue what the cost of their services are. Mm-hmm. It's like going in and going, hey, I want a steak. And you have no clue what the steak costs. And they go, oh, well, here's $3,000 for the steak. And you're like, that's ridiculous. And you're like, you already ate it. Yeah. And so that was an attempt to alleviate that, is you have to be upfront with what the costs of your procedures are. It was an attempt to expose how screwed up the HMO Act is essentially embedded the insurance company, and Obamacare did the same thing, into that patient provider relationship. That's what makes it so ridiculously expensive. One up. There's several factors, but that's one of the main.
Mm-hmm.
All right.
So are we saying that we need to have a menu when you go to the hospital?
Yeah,
well, that's what your insurance plan is, right? Don't they say, well, these procedures, you pay this, but that's all complicated crap that you got to figure out.
And you don't know that going into
it. You don't know how much it costs, though.
Right.
Because even if they have it up on the board saying, hey, this operation or this procedure is going to cost you $15,000. Now, if you have Cigna, it will only cost you $150. If you have this, something like that.
Let me tell you. Oh, sorry. Go ahead.
No, because if someone came in with a gunshot wound and then they said, hey, we're going to perform this, I don't think there's any time for them to say, hey, this is how much it's going to cost you. You understand? With that life-threatening stuff. Now, you're just going to get a routine checkup and they say, hey, we just found this. You have to go see a specialist. Now they should be able to tell you how much it's going to cost. But I guess that's why they say you should have insurance, because it will alleviate any, stress from having to pay such a high bill.
I mean, to that point, though, even you can't plan for the unplanned, right? So, this surgery is going to cost you $100,000. Well, something happened while you were in the surgery. Whether you started to code out, I had to resuscitate you. That's another $30,000. Can't really do anything in the middle of that to bring that charge about. Just
oh no, that's part of the long documents that you have to read before the operation, right? Well, before the procedure.
Do you know what's interesting to me though is you just got to say the magic words of I don't have insurance, and that bill just drops drastically. Have you ever seen that?
No.
I personally
no. I have, but
it's only for emergent care though.
Yeah.
No, I've had hospital bills where I was like, no, I don't have insurance, and they'll just cut off whatever they can to get something. So they'll cut your bills down so they get something.
So I never saw that. I didn't know they did that.
Yeah, it's definitely happened.
Yeah, but is it so they get something, or is it so they can take care of you and in turn get something? But maybe the priority is taking care of you.
Right, it's after the service. After you go to the hospital and you tell them, look, it's not covered, I don't have insurance, whatever. Okay, the bill changes. They send you the uninsured price.
Right.
Which is different.
Right.
That is crazy.
And that's weird too.
Yeah.
I mean, it goes to show you way off topic, but think about boob jobs.
Only
Paul.
Paul.
Procedure.
Only Paul.
Right.
Well, I'm thinking about him. Hold on.
Go to elective corrective eye surgery if you want to. It's the same
no, I'm just joking with you, brother.
Right. So elective surgeries and boob jobs. I like boobs, so I'm going to talk about boobs.
I like it too.
Right. So like a boob job. Like, do you go to your doctor and go like, "Hey, I want a boob job. Here's my insurance." They go like, "Your insurance doesn't cover that."
Right.
So you go, "Okay, how much is a boob job going to cost?" And they're like, "Well, I give you a really nice set of full C's. We'll do it this way. It'll be silicone. It's going to cost you X." What do most people do? I'm going to go talk to the dude down the street.
Right.
And he goes, well, I'm going to do this, and this, and it's going to cost you Y. And then you as the consumer make the choice on who and where you're going to spend your money. But when you have insurance, you're completely removed from that. Mm-hmm. Right? And we really skew it. Think about if we did medical insurance like we did car insurance.
Yeah.
Right? Like Ryan had said, you plan for the unplanned or the unexpected. That's what medical insurance should be. I get into an automobile accident. Am I going to have these huge bills because I have to have these massive surgeries on there or not? That's what it's there for. But could you imagine now if my auto insurance covered me getting new windshield wipers, getting oil changes, getting my tires rotated? How much would your insurance be?
Mm-hmm.
That's where it becomes skewed. And again, too, the HMO Act of 74 really skewed a lot of that. Hey, if you have 25 employees, you now have to offer them an insurance policy. Well, that's great for the insurance companies. That's horrible for the consumer.
Well, just because they offer it doesn't mean you have to take it.
That's correct. Absolutely, 100%.
Right. So how is it bad for the consumer?
Because what are your other options? Because now they've skewed the system so much that, oh, okay, I'm going to get paid X amount. And where they look at what you're getting paid for procedures, et cetera, the baseline comes from the Medicare and Medicaid Act of 64. You can't cover less than the price that we set. It's a
oh, okay. Okay. No, I was thinking I was going someplace else with that. Okay.
So why do me as a provider, what is my stimulation to charge you less than my competitor when we're getting the same amount at a very minimum?
Oh, we're gonna have to ban you from war rooms. We're 14 minutes in. We haven't got past the first headline.
I know, right? But no, I think it's a good point because I've always felt. See if you agree with this, guys. I've always felt that an insurance company, if they insure you, they should just insure you. It's sort of like being a soldier. Your insurance is no matter what happens to you, they're gonna pay for it. You know what I mean?
But again, imagine how expensive that is. I want an oil change on my car, and I want you to pay for it.
Well, no, I get it. But then everyone has to do that. Now, insurance company Paul is going to be the same, is going to offer Jim the same as insurance company Mike. Jim knows
but Mike,
that
every middleman is going to get their chunk.
And that's only going to work if I never use my insurance. If I'm just paying and never use mine. If everybody would get the same insurance and everybody, like Paul said, got an oil change because they always need oil changes, then that would be a horrible business for the insurance companies.
Insurance is just hedging your bet on both sides.
Right.
Anyway, I'm sorry to get.
I think it's more for me. I think it's more of you're paying for something just in case you need it.
And that's the way that it used to be in the United States. Is you had accident insurance.
Yeah.
Right. So if you had catastrophic illness or injury,
yes,
like all of a sudden I come down with fucking cancer, that pays for it.
Yeah.
Not I need to go get my fucking shots. I got the sniffles. Working in an ER, I can't tell you how many people I've had in an Army ER. I can't tell you how many people have come and driven 30 miles to get free Tylenol for their kid who has a fever.
Wow.
Wouldn't it have been way easier to drive a mile up the street and spend $3 for a bottle of pediatric Motrin?
Oh, yeah.
Some people can't afford that $3, Paul.
But they could afford
the gas.
The $30 in gas on their Escalade there and back.
So you're saying all these people that you're referring to had an Escalade?
I mean, it's $20, though. I mean,
Prius, you're still spending more in fuel and electricity than you are in Motrin.
I don't know. I have to see that. I have to test that one out. I don't necessarily agree with that.
Well, I mean, maybe my years of doing that is anecdotal experience, and it happens nowhere else in an institutionalized medical system. That could possibly happen, but I'm not real hopeful that that's really the case.
Okay. Hey, and I'm not gonna lie, the last two comments I made, Paul, was just to irritate the hell out of Jim. Next one, Jim.
Let me see if I have any more headlines. You might have went through them all accidentally. I don't know. All right, we'll go to the next one because this is a good one. U.S. economy adds 850,000 jobs in June. Unemployment rate takes higher to 5.9%.
850,000 jobs, but
somebody right there.
5 point. I don't understand that. Well, no, I do understand that. No,
I mean they added the jobs, but nobody took them.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. You know, I saw something on social media today, and it made me think of one of the previous episodes about how some states are going away from the federal unemployment stimulus, let's call it, right?
Mm-hmm.
So it said, hey, $3,600 stimulus check coming soon. They said the fourth one or whatever, right? And I was like, oh. So now when you read that headline, I'm not surprised. So people are holding out, maybe hoping that another stimulus is coming, or they're going to reenact this. You know, the states are going to go back to this federal assistance program that they had. I don't know. What do you think, Ryan?
I tell you what, if another damn stimulus check comes, I'm going to lose my every little money. I haven't got my taxes back from 2019, but they can give everybody in damn America a stimulus check.
Wow. I know other people that are like that too.
I got 2019 to 2020 taxes back, but they sure send everybody a check, just not my taxes. Oh, God, they're stupid. The stimulus is killing us. The stimulus is, oh, man. The inflation, the unemployment. I mean, it's, you know, I had the conversation with the wife just a little bit ago, actually, about, you know, these very things, you know, and how it's like killing the infrastructure. Just everything about America is being killed right now because of, and they want to blame it on COVID. We can't handle one pandemic without freaking losing this country. It's ridiculous.
Don't hold back. Don't hold back.
I'm pissed off, man. It's irritating because these freebies are killing me, man. It's stupid. It's stupid.
I just want to, Ryan, I just want to make one comment before I tell you what I was going to say. Yeah. Your head is perfectly framed in that picture.
Yeah, it is.
But I want to know about the 850,000 number. Is that people going back to work now that the businesses are open?
No, they just said they added 850,000 jobs. That's it.
Right. Added them after they closed them down.
Yeah, that's the way I take it. Yeah.
So that's not a huge success if you just opened businesses after COVID and said, "Oh, look at all the millions." I even heard Psaki state on TV today, instead of circling back, she gave some 1 million jobs created or something. And I don't know if that's created or if that's. COVID.
I think it is a success.
Yeah, that there's no more COVID and people can go back to work. Sure.
Yeah, that's it. Well, okay, hold up.
I mean,
Rewind.
People take those jobs.
Right, rewind. Now we're talking politically, right? Because that's how they like to spin this unemployment
politically,
rate.
yes, that's a win for them because they get to use that as.
Thank you.
Right. But in reality, no. Everybody needs to know that those jobs weren't created; they were just empty because the government caused them to be empty.
Exactly. Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
Yeah. Now, businesses can go back to 100% workforce. So now those jobs get added back when they were taken away before.
I think that depends on where you live, whether you can go back to 100%.
Well, yeah, that too. Well, let's take Texas, for instance. You know, the governor's like, no, let's go back. Let's go back to the way it was. I'm all for it, personally.
Now, we've been back at work, man.
Yeah. What do you think, Paul?
So this reminds me something of the really last decent libertarian presidential candidate Harry Brown had once said in his book. He was like, the government will break your legs and then give you a pair of crutches and say, without me, you wouldn't be able to walk.
Yeah.
Right? So we destroy 10 million jobs by closing everything down, and then we open shit back up, and then 850,000 people go back to work. Even on Biden today, he tweeted this today. I don't know how it came across my feed because I'm not on that, but I was like, oh. He was like, look at our economic plan is a success. So you take 10,000 people out of the workforce and you allow them go back to work, and 850,000 go back to work, and you're like, see, it's a success. No, you just got out of the fucking way. Mm-hmm. And then two, you're no longer paying people more to stay at home and sit on their ass at the detriment of the actual working stiff that's out there. And you say, you can't sit on your ass anymore. He'll go like, well, shit, hunger sucks. I guess I got to go back to my job. So that's all bullshit. Until you add like 15 million people back into the work. Notice the second part of your headline. Unemployment rate ticks higher. How do you add jobs and unemployment goes up? How does this work? That's
I agree.
Bullshit.
They added 850,000 jobs and lost 2 million.
Right. That's exactly the point. And it's been more than 2 million because you the small.
I'm just talking about this month.
have gotten their asses hammered.
You said the small businesses?
Mm-hmm.
Is that what you said, Paul?
Yeah, small businesses.
Yeah.
Those are the ones that directly got hammered. Do you think Amazon got hurt by coronavirus?
No.
Or do you think Li Feng Chu's dry cleaning shop got hammered?
Yeah.
The bar up the street got hammered. The restaurant up the street got hammered.
Right. I think that's something that Jim talked about. Yeah. Jim talked about that stuff. He said like the Walmarts and the Amazons, they'll survive, or they're surviving. The little mom and pop shops, those are the ones that are hurting.
Correct.
Well, and if we look at the numbers, I'm giving you kudos, Jim. Just you don't have to say nothing to mess it up.
We're going to transition to the next one.
Oh God.
Because you're speaking about this one.
Oh,
top 1% hold a record amount of wealth due to pandemic.
Oh yeah.
So that's exactly what you're talking about.
Oh, God, yeah.
All those Amazons, Walmart guys, they just made more money than they've ever had in the history of this country.
Yep, that's exactly right.
And that's exactly what you're talking about, Mike.
Yeah. I got you. That's part of those big businesses, you know. And but if you look at the mom and pop shops, no, they didn't make it through. So that to me tells me that we've lost the mom and pop shops that we call them. We lost more of that than gained in the Amazons and the Walmarts, because they were always there. Their employees were always there. It's not like you saw more Walmarts being built. So they had 1,000 employees, let's say. They stuck with 1,000, maybe added like 100, right? But those mom and pop shops, we probably lost, let's say, like Ryan was alluding to earlier, 10,000. And they're not coming back.
They closed them. They can't do business.
Right.
So again, is
And
the pandemic, is the COVID virus itself responsible for that, or is the mandate from the state responsible for that?
Oh, we talked
Definitely
about
the
this
state.
in another episode, Jim. No, it's the mandate from the state. Yeah.
So again, we're picking winners and losers based upon the state. Now, as much people hate Amazon, I will say there is a reason that they did thrive, and that's just the changing economy on the way that the market works.
Uh-huh.
I mean, really, it's way easier for me to sit at home, even in the long run, and just order that shit online and it gets delivered to my house than me get up and go have to deal with the people of Walmart to get my shit.
I gotta admit, a lot of the crap I find on Amazon makes me think of the shit I bought when I was in Afghanistan. Though it's that same cheesy, crappy shit that shit is sold in America.
Hey. We don't have to discuss that. That was good times.
Yeah,
yeah,
I still got my Rolex, baby. I still got it.
Ryan, don't get Mike excited about sex dolls. We've already been through that. All right, so we'll go to the next one on that one. Biden admin responds to rising inflation concerns by bragging that the price of July 4th food has gone down by 16 cents.
Gas price went up.
Don't say anything, Ryan. Paul, don't say anything. Would you guys join me in vetoing this headline and just say go to the next one? It's like,
Sold. All right, let's go. Japan warns of Pearl Harbor style attack from China and Russia.
what?
Yeah, I believe that. Absolutely believe it. Absolutely believe it.
Are they talking about on them or us?
I don't know where I worry about both those two countries.
Well, it depends. We will have to read the article and see who are they warning? Are they warning their own government / citizens, or are they warning Americans?
The first thing is who committed the act at Pearl Harbor?
All right.
Yeah, of course.
I mean, so who are they warning about what? Like, what is the...
Yeah. I don't know. I don't see that happening.
I don't know, man. I know right now with China releasing this pandemic, Russia attacking our infrastructure every left turn. I mean, they are really, either way you look at it, they're hurting us big time. I mean, it's gotten stupid. I mean, just because America's become so damn dependent on the government in that aspect that we can't live without certain aspects of it, and that's where they're attacking. They're hurting us bad. Hitting the meat, hitting the fuel, hitting all this crap. I see it. I mean, I can see it. It may not be in your face like Pearl Harbor was, but it's still being attacked. I think it's almost hurt us worse.
Oh, so a modern day Pearl Harbor would be an advanced cyber attack. That's where I was going with that. Okay. What do you think, Paul?
If you read China's 50-year plan, they don't want to fire a shot against us.
That's right.
They're going to defeat us economically. So
the long
unless
game.
they have a surprise sex doll that crashes our economy or something, I don't think that that's a very good analogy, and I do find it ironic that comes from the Japanese.
Yeah.
And so you looked at the Japanese attack on Pearl Harbor, and Yamamoto's design was, okay, we're gonna have to fight the United States, and we are an island nation, so let's go ahead and try and cripple their navy, and then hope it overwhelms their industrial power at that point, and then we'll just be left alone. I think China they're much smarter than that, I think. And that's what I think gives a whole, again, I'm a cynic. So that's what gives me, and from the very get-go of COVID, like what is the intent? I mean, who cui bono, like who benefits here from all of this if this is intentional? But if you think that your economy is stronger than the United States and your economic rival is the United States, but you're kind of number two right now, then you would attack their economy. You wouldn't attack their military. So maybe cyber attacks. But I mean, I really think that we can sit down and discuss all day long that that's what COVID was this was an attack against our economy, because they would figure we have people like Fauci, they're gonna be like, just shut everything down.
Mm-hmm.
Actually, don't shut everything down, and then shut everything down, like or whatever. Don't read his emails.
But just read. Just wear a mask.
Right.
By the way, wear 2.
3 masks.
Yeah.
3 now.
But no, it kind of reminds me of what Paul was talking about. It kind of reminds me of when I read about Saddam Hussein and why we went over there. It was stated that Saddam Hussein was trying to convince the entire UAE to charge countries in euros and not the dollar.
It was a depegging of the USD from petrodollars.
Right. So
same thing with Gaddafi.
Yeah. And if you really look at it, how Saddam and then Gaddafi is like, ugh. And then how the central banks came in after I'm telling you, it's a lot of truth to it.
Sounds like a government conspiracy. We can't have that.
Okay. No, I'm just saying.
We trust the government now.
Oh, you do?
Yeah, we the media.
Oh, okay. Next one.
Okay, moving right along. In just 2 months, Taliban has doubled the number of Afghan districts under its control.
No comment from me. You guys go ahead.
Nope.
Democracy.
Jim?
All right, we ready?
No comment, Jim?
I don't know what else to add. You guys said it all.
Well, dude,
all right.
Can I put one more thing on there before we go forward?
Yep.
I do think that today is a monumental day. The last American and NATO troops evacuated Bagram Air Force Base today. So what I want to know is the war over?
Whoa.
What war?
Whoa.
Is it a war?
20
I didn't know it was a war. That's a situation, isn't it?
This ain't Vietnam.
Conflict. The Afghan conflict. Is that over now? I mean, do we have like parties in like Times Square and shit? I mean, this is the longest war we've ever had in our life. Where's the parties?
No. Just because they've been removed from Bagram doesn't mean now when they say the last of the remaining troops are going to come from Afghanistan or leaving Afghanistan, then that's when the parties start.
I mean, how are you getting supported in country without Bagram, Kandahar, or Kabul?
They just said Bagram, not Kandahar.
But you and I were there when they like took Kandahar down to nothing.
They said Bagram. They didn't say Kandahar or Mez.
Fair enough. Yeah, fair enough. But what is the main hub in the country?
Bagram.
I don't know what he's trying to do reading into this article here. It's just a headline. If you want to know, you got to read the article.
It is Bagram. So I'm just playing with him right now, and he's going along with it.
Afghan war is over, my friends.
No, it's not. And you know that. Well, you know what? I'll agree with that. The war is over. Now it's been reduced down to a conflict, kind of like a category 5 down to a category 3.
Oh, so situation comes before that.
Yeah.
Situations below conflict. And then what? Inconvenience? And then
no,
concern,
they never use that word. Situation, conflict, war.
Which we haven't had since 41.
Exactly.
Okay.
All right.
Next
no worries. Next
Quentin
one's
Tarantino.
just exciting. Quentin Tarantino tells off woke tards upset at his portrayal of Bruce Lee. I put this one in for Mike because Mike requested it.
What the frick is wrong?
So you put this in for me, but earlier you said thank you, Jim.
Well, I was copying your notes and I said, oh, maybe he really wants this one. Plus, I like the word woke tard. I thought that was kind of cool.
Yeah, I can't comment on that because I know the movie he's referencing, but I didn't see it. And I haven't heard of anybody talking about how he portrayed Bruce Lee in that movie. I don't know.
He used chopsticks and ate rice out of a bowl and wore a conical hat.
I'm out of here.
Dr. Seuss got it.
I'm out of here.
Well, Mike, we talked about this on another episode about
Bruce Lee?
actors doing not Bruce Lee himself, but remember you were talking about the samurai warrior guy?
Oh, Tom Cruise?
Yeah.
No, no. The one I was referencing was Matt Damon
Yeah,
in
Matt
that
Damon
one
on
movie.
Chinese
Yeah,
Wall.
yeah, he was.
Damon.
Yeah, he was
Played in the
lone white
Chinese
guy in the
Chinese
movie,
Wall,
European in the movie, saved all these, and no one else is American or whatever, but he's the savior. So yeah, the role he was playing, that was equivalent to playing what's that movie with Jet Li? Hero with Jet Li. He should have just played that role that Jet Li had. Matt Damon should have. That's what I was referring to. This right here, I think they use some what do they call that? CGI, cinematography, something like that. They used something like that with Bruce Lee. It wasn't like an actor, right? No one knows.
I didn't see
No
it
one
either.
seen it? Oh
I
damn!
thought Jim Carrey played Bruce Lee.
Say what?
I thought Jim Carrey played Bruce Lee.
And on that note,
Quentin Tarantino, you never know what the hell he's gonna do, man.
you ain't lying.
I hate
You
his
ain't
freaking movies. I hate his freaking movies.
For real?
Yeah, I can't stand Quentin Tarantino.
Oh yeah, I
No.
get him, but the movies are great, man.
Hate the movies.
I
Only
just
one
like
of them.
woke tards. That's a cool word. I like that one.
I
What's
like
a
it.
woke tard?
Like a libtard, I guess. I don't know.
You know, the woke folk. But you can't say retard anymore, I'm told.
Right.
Yeah,
It's
they
not
stopped
PC.
that years. Well, they were against that years ago.
Retard.
Beep, 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 beep. Okay, never mind. We'll move
Yeah,
on to
don't-
the next one then.
Don't even get me started on car ignition, but go ahead.
All right, the next one's good because it'll touch home. All soldiers must now serve as corporals before they can be promoted to sergeant.
Yes. I
Get
like
rid of
that.
the specialist.
I say go back to the specialist. What was it? 4,
Spec
5,
five.
6. Yeah,
Spec five, spec
go
six,
back to
yeah.
that. You know,
Hmm.
but
I've worn
maybe that's a
corporal
little extreme.
twice.
Yeah.
Hardest rank in the Army.
Yep. I agree with him. Hardest rank,
Don't ask
man,
me
right
why I
there.
wore it twice.
I agree. That is the hardest rank in the Army, but I have one question for everyone. One question. Paul, why'd you wear it twice?
The first time it fell off.
Yeah.
I might have been laterally demoted for beating the shit out of a staff sergeant. That
Oh,
was
God. Oh,
all up in one of my privates shit for no reason. In the talk.
wow. Hey, that's all right.
I didn't lose any pay, so I was okay. The staff
Yeah.
sergeant became a buck sergeant, so I felt kind of vindicated.
Yeah, there you go. There you go. That's good.
Sergeant Major said he would have done the same thing. The problem he had was that I did it in front of the PFC.
Ah, yeah.
Yeah, I get that.
Yeah. Should have excused the PFC, then did it. But I agree with this. I agree with it. I think Corporal, I love it. I love the idea. What about you, Jim?
I was a corporal, so I totally support it.
Oh, that's why all the power went away. Okay.
It was. No, I agree. It was the hardest. It was it
Yeah.
was one of those moments where you felt like part of the team, but then you got all the crap, and you're like, wait, whoa, I'm not getting NCO pay. What are you doing? But
Right.
it was nice. I think there should be a limit, though. I don't think they should let people be corporals for a long time, because that would kind of be abused.
I think once you get become promotable, and like an E4 promotable, you should get corporal.
Right,
That's
but
a
it
good
should be
plan,
like
actually,
based
yeah.
on a year, like maybe a year of probation time. And if you don't make it after that, you go back to specialist.
Yeah, that's a good
Yeah,
plan.
but what about those? Well, I don't know how it is now. Maybe you guys do, but those MOSs where it's hard to get promoted.
Then you don't get corporal.
Oh,
It's not hard to
okay.
get promoted to E4.
No, I'm
but
talking about the
it's hard to get
E5.
No, you're
Yeah.
already in
Your
E4.
merit
You're
or
already
Yeah.
in E4.
timeframe.
No, it's hard to
I
get
think it's
promoted
about
to
making it to
E5.
the E5 rank after that. You don't want to be a corporal a long time.
Right. I guess I can understand that.
If
I
you're
was
an
a border guy.
18
There
year
weren't a lot of
corporal, you
P5s,
need to
you know.
move the fuck out anyway.
You said if you're an 18-year corporal?
Yeah, you need to move the fuck on out anyway and find
God.
another job.
Yeah.
Or you need to
The
get off
hardest
the
part with
command
that
staff.
was you were an NCO, so all the other NCOs would be like, "Hey, we're going and doing NCO DP. Like, you stay here and be in charge." Like, wait a minute, I'm an NCO. They're like, nah. So you got all the shit responsibility of an NCO, but then you look at your buddies and they're like, "Shut the fuck up, man. I get the same pay on my LES that you do. What's up, Dick? You used to be one of us." So like you don't belong on either side the way that it is right now.
Right.
Go like the Marine Corps. My opinion. You're a corporal. You're now a non-commissioned officer. I went to EFMB one time in Savannah. I was a corporal, and I had an E4 down there from the battalion who had his Ranger tab. And he wanted me to stand at parade rest for him. I'm like, have you lost your fucking mind here? He's like, well, you're not really an NCO. No. Seriously, like it is. Like, go look at the book. So it's a very hard rank to wear, I think. But that should prepare you to be a sergeant. That should prepare you to be a staff sergeant, because you've been in the pit and you've had to do the really up close and personal shit. And if you think about it in an infantry organization, like, you're the direct team leader. You are the closest thing to leading from the front as there is. Right? That's the time where you got to put your time in the pit and learn leadership.
I can tell you firsthand, because when I was promoted to corporal, not only was I given corporal, I was given my team, which consisted of my buddy. So you talk about, like, hey, you were just like me before. Yeah, it kind of had to stop being goofing off and screwing up, and I had to start taking more responsibility, which then made my buddy look at me like, hey, well, we were just joking yesterday, and now all of a sudden you're all serious. And so I thought it was a really good learning experience. It was hard to do, but it woke my ass up a little bit. So I think it's a great idea.
100%.
All right. You got anything else, Mike? Because we got our last one.
That was the last one?
No, we have one.
Oh, shit. Oh, yeah.
It's not bad. It's not bad. It's not bad.
It never is. It never is, Jim.
No, this one's not bad. This one's not bad. Pinterest bans all ads promoting weight loss.
Can't make fat people feel bad for being fat, I guess.
I don't.
Thanks, Paul. We already used our mulligan, Mike. So, yeah.
Okay.
I'm just so overwhelmed by everybody's fucking feels is like the prime motivator shit. Sometimes I just want off this fucking planet. I really wish Elon Musk a whole lot of success, because either get my ass off the planet or get all these other fucktards off the planet, one or the other.
Right.
Woke tards. No longer fuck tards. It's woke tards.
Sorry, woke tards. Woke. I can't even say tards, can I?
That's awesome.
Yeah, I would be okay with the no fat shaming angle thing if they were promote health. If they would say, don't pick on people for being fat, just encourage them to be healthy. Like, if that was the angle, I get it, but it's not. They're trying to make fat being normal, acceptable. And it's really not about the weight. You could be beautiful in any body you want. It's about your health. I mean, even look at COVID tied to overweight people. It's about your health. So why would you not promote losing weight?
Because it hurts my feelings.
Yeah, they don't want to hurt people's feelings. And it's funny, we done had about 6 or 7 topics here, and that's the one Jim comments on. I'm done.
I just think it's, for these companies like this band, they're banning ads. These people are paying you to be on your freaking site. I mean, how freaking special are you that you actually have enough money where you don't need the extra advertisement?
Well, yeah, but I mean, isn't that the way that the market is supposed to go? It's their website. They choose what they want to put up there. I have no problem with it.
The market will reward or punish them accordingly.
Yep.
Yeah.
Let it do it.
Anyway, I was going to even say, like, what's Pinterest?
Yeah, I was about to say that. I was, I don't think I've ever been on it personally. Maybe Jim thought of this topic because Jim,
I just post what you send me, Mike. But I know Pinterest. Pinterest is where people post all their ideas and creative talents to do things. Like if you want to, reorganize your shed, they post all these things to reorganize your sheds. And yeah.
Oh, okay.
Yeah. But I never seen a fat ad, or a weight loss ad. I'm sorry, a fat ad. Yeah, I've never seen one.
I've never seen any ads on Pinterest because I don't go on Pinterest.
Well, I don't go on it often, but I mean, sometimes I want to reorganize my garage again, and I'm like, yeah.
Come on, we
notice.
all know you're making doilies in your spare time.
Yeah, right.
I don't even know what a doily is.
I just, for the record, I want everybody to know that Jim said again when he said reorganize his garage. I mean, he hasn't got it right yet.
I just want to know if your HOA is pleased with you reorganizing your garage.
Well, they're not pleased because half of my garage is still in my trailer, which is illegally parked in my driveway, which has gotten a couple warnings. But until they start finding me, then I'm going to have to just figure out how to get real.
I thought you were going to take that to your buddy's house.
It was not my buddy. It was my neighbor's friends. And then my buddy's house I took it to last time, but I didn't trust it because his wife went on a rage, so I wasn't really sure that was going to happen. So, yeah. So I'm still back again fighting with the HOA, or at least hoping it goes away.
Good luck.
But Pinterest might have an idea where to park my trailer.
They might, yeah.
As long as they don't tell me how to lose weight.
Correct.
What if I want a creative way to lose weight?
Well, yeah, you can post that. You just can't have an ad.
Right.
Yeah, on Pinterest.
Yeah, maybe I could do a Pinterest board promoting ways how to lose weight.
Yes.
Or promoting lists of ads that people can go check out because they're not getting ads. That's anyways, awesome. This topic has gotten way more conversation than I thought. So why don't we go ahead and end it here? And thank you guys for coming on. Once again, we had a good time. And we'll end it here and move on with our lives because Pinterest is apparently not part of them. So thank you guys for tuning in. Thank you guys for joining us. We had fun. Go to the website, pull the pin already. If you're a veteran, get on. And until then, Godspeed.
Hey, and pull the pin after you get on Pinterest.
Thanks for joining us here at Pull the Pin Already. We hope you had as much fun as we did. If you like what we do, go ahead and hit that like button and share this video with a friend. Don't forget to subscribe and hit that bell button so you don't miss out on any of our future episodes. But most importantly, leave a comment below. Let us know if you agree or disagree with our opinions. Hope to see you here next time on Pull the Pin Already.